Right, we're back at it again. Today we're looking at currency conversions. Okay. At this moment in time, I'm going to ask you to open out your book. It's page 353. Now, it's really important here to have an idea a little bit about how currency conversions work, first of all. Okay. So you've all heard of the like currency exchanges go through airports, or maybe go through a bank if you're going on a foreign holiday. Within the European Union, we all, most of us, use the euro. Now, there's exceptions, like for example the UK. The UK have stuck with their pound sterling, so the pound sterling is here with this symbol here. But we're lucky, I guess, in the European Union that we don't have that much experience with it. We just get on and use our euro, and we're able to use it in most countries like France or Spain or whatever. Um, but it's important to state that the currencies are not always equal, as we can see here. Like, for example, it is a fact that the pound sterling is, which is the currency of the UK, is always worth more than the euro. We can see here in this example, we can see here that €1 is equal to 0.8 pounds sterling. So when you convert a euro, so Irish money, to pound sterling, you don't even get a full pound for it. In other words, the value you is only worth 0.68, which is 0.32 less. You're losing 0.32 of a sterling, in other words, from like £1. So it's really important when we do this section here that you have a grasp of like which currencies are like more valuable than others. Just having an idea of that. And the general rule of thumb is that the pound sterling is worth more, okay, than the euro. And you can see here this by like, for example, if for example the currency was worth more, so like say dollars now, um, you can buy €1 will buy you £1 or $1.34. So actually, the euro is worth more than the dollar here. So there's like a variation between currencies across the world, and they always change. That's why these numbers like will go up or down. Um, but the general rule of thumb is that the euro is worth less than the pound sterling. The euro is worth more than the US dollar. Okay, and those are the kind of two main currencies that you will normally be asked on. So this whole section, like to understand this section, the first thing you're always going to do is you're going to look at what currency is worth more and which is worth less, and that'll help you solve the question. So say for example now, I look here at this question and I'm told here on a day when €1 is worth 0.68. Okay, so we're told 0.68 here is in front of us. Okay, find the value in sterling of €60. Now I'm going to swap over here to another book so I can actually write. Okay, so we're told here again that we have €1 equals, and we're told 0.68. Now, it's often useful to figure out what £1 is equal to here. Do you see here? I know £1 is equal to this, or €1 is equal to 0.68 pounds sterling, but I don't know what £1 is worth. So how would I solve that? This is kind of like algebra. What you're going to do here is you're going to write down £1 and say, okay, £1 is equal to what? Okay, and to solve that, what you have to do here is you have to bring your 0.68 over to the other side, and you have to divide €1 by 0.68. So therefore, 1 divided by, so we'll say €1 divided by 0.68. And when you work that out, you should get a value there of, I'm getting here in front of me, 147. Okay, so in other words, when I spend £1 sterling, I get €1.47. How did I work that out? Because I divided 1 by 68. Now, what you should ask yourself at this moment in time is, do those numbers actually make sense? If I come from the UK across to Ireland or to France, do I get more euro for my pound? The answer is yes, you do. When a person comes over here, their pound sterling is worth €1.47, so it's worth an awful lot more. Okay. Now let's get back to this question and see can we answer it. So the question states, what is the value in sterling of €60? Okay, so we're asked sterling in €60. Now to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to use one or two of these values here. You know that €1 is worth 0.68 pounds sterling. You know that £1 is equal to 1.47 euro. So therefore, if we use this one here in front of us, I'm just going to change this to a green arrow. €1 is becoming €60 because I'm multiplying 1 by 60. So in other words, if I want to work out what this is in pound sterling, what I'm going to do here is take 0.68 pound sterling. I'm going to multiply that also by 60. Okay, because if I multiply 1 by 60, I have to multiply the other side by 60 as well. Okay, and there you're going to get a value for, let's put in my symbol, this in pound sterling. When you work that out, you should get a value here of, let me see, 40.8. Okay, so in other words, that's 40.80 pounds sterling. And again, does that make sense? When you go to England, if you've ever gone on holiday to England or Scotland or Wales or whatever, when you convert your euro into sterling, you often get an awful lot less sterling for your money. So the answer here for the first part, which is part A, is 40.80 pounds sterling. So €60 is only worth 40.80 sterling, on this particular day. Okay, that's part A. Now can we have a go at part B? Okay, B. So part B, let's see what it asks us to do again. Part B states that we have to find the value in euro of 816 pounds sterling. So 816 pounds sterling. So what you have to do here again is look here. I have this time, instead of having £1 sterling, I have 816 pounds sterling. So again, 1 is coming up and it's changing to, it's changing. I'm going to change my arrow here. 1 is becoming 816 because I'm multiplying it by 816. So what do you suppose you have to do here with your €1.47? You have to do exactly the same thing. You have to multiply this one by 816. Okay, so I'm going to do that calculation over here. I'll write it out again. So in other words, I have my value here in euro is going to be 147. You multiply that by 816. And when you work that out, you should get a value here of 1,199.52. And it's really important to write down the symbol so you know what this represents. This represents, so 816 in euro, so that represents a euro. Okay. So let me just go through that there again quickly. Let's go back to the question. I was told on a day when €1 is worth 0.68 pounds sterling, I was told to find the value in sterling of €60. Okay, so €60. So what we did was we said, okay, if €1 is worth 0.68, multiply €1 by 60, you get €60. If I multiply this side by 60, I must also multiply the other side by 60. So therefore 0.68 pounds sterling multiplied by 60, you get a value there of 40.80 pounds sterling. The second part asked me to work out the value in euro of 816 pounds sterling. Now, I realised here at the start, I knew what €1 was worth in pounds sterling, but I didn't know what £1 was worth in euro. Okay, so what I did here was did a conversion. I said £1 is equal to €1 divided by 0.68, and I got a value here of 1.47 euro. Now, if I hadn't done this part, there was no way I would have been able to work out part B. Okay, so what you have to do then is, if I know that I have £816, I'm going into the currency converter, the bank, and I'm trying to convert the money. What you do is you take, if I have £816, £1 was equal to that, so therefore you multiply both sides by 816, and you get 1.47 multiplied by 816, €1,199.52. Now, at the end of these questions, always the most important thing you can do is you can study your answer and say, does it actually make sense? Does it make sense that €60 would only be worth 40.80 pounds sterling? The answer is yes, because the pound sterling is always worth more than the euro. If I look at part B, does it make sense that I started with £816, I went to the bank and I converted to the euro, and I got €1,199.52. Again, it makes sense because sterling is worth more than euro. So when I convert from sterling to euro, I'm going to get more euro for my sterling. Okay, so that was the answer there to both of those parts there. Okay, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to swap onto this question here, which is question 5. Okay, look at question 5. We're told that a bank sells sterling at a rate of €1 equals 0.82. What we want to do here, we're told Mark is traveling to London. He wants to convert €900. So you're going on a holiday, you want to convert your €900 to sterling. How much sterling will he get? So figure it out again. Which is worth more? So is euro or the sterling worth more? You can see here that €1 only buys you 0.82 sterling. So therefore, this is worth more. Okay, because you have to spend a full euro to only get 82.82 pounds sterling. So I would say that this is worth more. This is awful writing. Hold on. This is worth more. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to swap over here again. I'm going to write in the conversions on this sheet of paper here again. So I'll rub this out. Hopefully you're with me so far. Now what you're thinking about doing now is you're thinking about, how am I going to manipulate this formula to answer the question? Okay. So just bear with me a second. Okay, so we're told here again, €1. So always write this into your copybooks in front of you, equals, and I think it was 0.82. 0.82. What you think about is, do I have to do a conversion on this straight away? I'm told I have €900. And what is €900 worth in pounds sterling? Now, if you look at it, this is actually perfectly suitable for doing a like calculate it straight away. If I had €1 and that becomes €900, I have to multiply by €900. So therefore, what I have to do with this is I've also got to multiply it by €900. So therefore, it'll become, do not forget the symbol as well. So that's 0.82, and you multiply that by €900. Okay, when you work that out, you get a value there of, well, did I work it out? No. So we have 0.82 multiplied by 900, and you get a value there of 738. 738. Now, again, having done that, this is now in pounds sterling. You have to ask yourself, does that answer make sense? Again, I would say this does make sense because the pound sterling is worth more than the euro. So if I spend €900, I'm not going to get the full €900 back at all. I'm going to get less back. So 738 is all I'm going to get for that. Right, I hope that it cleared that up. What you're going to do now, I'll go back to that, where was it? Here. And I want to look at a few different questions that you're going to do for homework. So what I'm going to ask you to do is have a go at question 2, have a go at question 3. Okay, I will go through both of those questions now with you so you have a little bit of guidance on that. On a day when €1 is worth $1.34, find the value in dollars of €350. Now, forget about the questions here, A and B, for a second, and just look at this for a second. If €1 is $1.34, which is worth more? Well, clearly, €1 buys you $1.34, so clearly the dollars is worth less, because if €1 will buy me a full $1.34, so therefore the dollars is worth less than the euros. Okay, so if I want to work out the value in dollars of €350, what would I do? Well, if I know €1 is worth this, €350 will be equal to this multiplied by, you should be able to figure that one out. Next one, the value here in euro of $871. So again, for this one, you are definitely going to have to do a conversion. You want to figure out what is $1 worth. Okay, so in other words, you're going to go, okay, I have $1, okay, equals how many euro? So what you're going to have to do is you're going to say, okay, I have €1, and you're going to bring across your 1.34, and divide it across, and you get a value, and that value there will be a number in euro. So $1 is equal to this. Okay, that should give you a value there, and what you do then is work out what's $871 worth in a euro. Okay, based on your conversion. Question 3 is quite similar. A pair of trainers cost £21 online. If £1 is equal to that, how much will the trainers cost? So have a go at both of those and see how you get on. So that's it for today. I'll be back again tomorrow on conversions, and we might look at compound interest, and that'll be it then on that chapter. Okay, we'll talk to you later.